Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings, and it's all up next.
The talk is over. We're set for the big one. Super Bowl 57. Away we go from Arizona. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins rolling to his left. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he fires one incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for, but this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. From 19 yards away.
And the Vikings are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow.
They'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there on a Bengal 1st. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And he's got room.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Johnny Munn.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And that'll make the score 14-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And out now, here come the Bengals. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they work this well upfield across the 35. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Again, it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Here's Burrow. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Vikings are going to have it here just past the 25.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. 20! Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson.
74 yards!
And the Vikings continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Joseph on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time. They were out there for a good time. Moving play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Burrow on 3rd down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And quickly they get to the line. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow being chased out left.
Now Burrow loses the football.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Somehow I feel he's going to hear the same thing when he gets to the sidelines after this series. So close to the 1st down marker. Just tuck it and run for the 1st down. No sense trying to throw it downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Has me a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
He finds his running back, Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
He's got room at the 30.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. first down. Here's Burrow.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. To the right side and complete to Hurst. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To the air again. Burrow. Touchdown! Joe Burrow spotting T. Higgins for the touchdown there. And the Bengals are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. And now it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 50. The 40. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
So it's halftime here on Sport.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But there's ever a chance to regroup. It's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. You're the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Here comes Rager. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At this point, this offense feels like they can just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Cousins.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Vikings are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just one more quarter remains.
And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here we go. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here we go. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. Here we go. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
45 yards.
And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
When it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Cousins gives way to Cook.
Down at the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A final shot now for Burrow. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. And they have done it. The Minnesota Vikings are the Super Bowl champions, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the land of 10,000 lakes. And when this moment